Cedar Rapids! What a fun little town! Cedar Rapids! It won't make you frown! Cedar Rapids! A great place to live! Cedar Rapids! What more can it give?
Welcome to Hi from Cedar Rapids in the bag video for 2025.
Don't dox us. Our names and numbers are on every disc.
All right, so I'm gonna start at the top. There's not a lot of rhyme or reason to how my bag is structured, but there is a little bit at the top, and then near the bottom, it's just madness. But at the top, I've got two putters, more of my throwing putter, which is my Envy. It's not flat anymore, so I need to get a new one. And then I putt with, recently changed to the Link, also not flat. I need to get a new Link as well.
Let me see that lip.
Nice and bent. But I like that Link, I think. But it doesn't really matter what I putt with because I'm atrocious.
And what bag are you working with?
The bag I have is the Ezra Aderhold Sasquatch bag.
I think it's pronounced Ezwa.
Ezra Aderhold Sasquatch bag. I like this bag. Until recently, there's this giant flap here. I was in a tournament and some guy pitied me and he like rolled this up so that I wouldn't have just this 3-foot long flap hitting my ankles as I was walking around. But yeah, I like this bag. Next up is more of my overstable drivers. And so I have a time lapse. I use the time lapse sometimes when I think I can throw it a little bit further. I feel like this has a little less fade than my other ones. And so if I need to go a little bit further and have some fade. And then I got the purple one because it's supposed to be the least overstable and I have the slowest arm. Next up, I have a Nate Sexton Firebird. I love these Nate Sexton Firebirds. I don't like the other plastic. I don't know what it is. Do you know what the other one is?
We like the Championship Glow plastic.
We like the Championship Glow plastic Nate Sexton Firebirds. And I use it in situations when you need a Firebird. And then, one of my best discs, the Intimidator. I got a Destroyer. I use this when I need to step up. I need a boom, a drive. I need something to
Raise
go
a little
crazy.
hell.
Raise a little hell. Rubbing is racing. This disc is one of my workhorse discs. I use it all the time. Shocked I haven't lost it yet. And yeah, it's my best.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello.
Next up, we've got the understable, or less overstable discs, I should say. I've got a Kristen Tatar 2022 World Championship Grace, Royal Grace. I use it when I need it to go a little more straight, but still finish because I've got such a slow arm speed. Next up is this Royal Grace that got run over by a lawnmower. This is basically when I don't want a forehand, and I've had one really good throw with this disc, and I've been chasing that dragon ever since. And you were with me when it happened. Next up is this Trail right here, MVP Trail. Way more understable than I thought it was going to be. I'm still figuring it out, but eventually it's going to be a really good workhorse for me. And then this is my 1999 G-Star Destroyer. This is kind of my bomber disc. It's a great disc. I throw it probably the furthest out of all of my discs right now. And that's the most structure you're going to get from this bag. The rest is just a madhouse. All right, next up, I'm going to go kind of quick on these, and we'll go from there. So this is my Gator. This is more my mid-approach disc where I need something to finish very hard-ish at the end. Next is my Zone. Everyone has a Zone from approaches. My best shot is my forehand approach shot. I don't know why, because I have a terrible forehand. Then I've got a Zone OS. I use this when I really, really, really need a hard finish, although I could use other discs for that as well. I just like the Zone OS. Only disc I've ever aced with is my Captain Raptor. It's awesome, just a more overstable disc. It should probably be up here, but I forget to put it back up there. My Undertaker. I don't really know when I use this, but it's in the bag.
You do throw it sometimes, and you're shocked every time you do.
Yeah, sometimes it's not very overstable. It's like pretty neutral. Sometimes when I don't throw it fast enough, it's like overstable, and I'm shocked.
Is Paige Pierce, she ever getting a 6th? That's the 5 time?
No, she's washed.
Yeah, no way.
Next is my Rhino. I don't know when I use this.
I've never seen you throw it.
Sometimes I do, and it's also like it's a bad plastic, and it's already bent. Next up is my River. I love the River. I throw it all the time for hyzer flips. The only disc I can hyzer flip. Then I've got my Leopard 3. This disc is... Get over here. He does not want to be in the video. My Leopard 3 is a great disc. I should probably use it more, but I lean on my River a little bit too much. Just a pretty neutral driver. Then I've got my Innova Racer. The only reason it's not up here is because I don't have enough room. And this should be my furthest flying disc, but it's too overstable and my arm is too slow. Next is my MVP Volt. I use this when I need a little bit more distance than I would get from my Firebird and still have a reliable finish. I don't know what this disc is. I don't use it, but if I take it out, then my discs shake around too much in my bag. This is my Hex, my MVP Spooky Hex. It's probably one of my best throwing discs, and I'm really, just about my only mid-range. I've got my Glitch right here. It's really bent. I need to get a new one.
See the lip. Yeah.
This is my Uplink, the last disc in my bag, and when I sometimes feel like I need to throw an understable mid-range shot. And then miscellaneous items in the bag. I've got a koozie, the Corridor Corporate Games scorecard, a PDGA marker, a pen for keeping scores, a Sharpie for marking discs, a towel that's disgusting, and then in here I've got a half-drink Propel. I've got a rangefinder.
You've never used.
I've never used it. And then over here I've got an unopened water.
Your bag's gotta be so heavy.
Good. I've got an unused microphone system. And then in here I've got this because it's good for bug relief.
For gnats.
And sunscreen.
Nice.
And that's everything that's in the bag.
Good bag.
All right, I'm putting Prodigy.
You had no idea what you...
I put P1. I put poorly, so I don't really...
It doesn't matter what the putter
It
is.
could be anything. And then I just have the standard bag. I don't know what brand it is.
MVP Disc Sports.
Yep, I have that. I have my California Anthem. I don't know anything about the guy, but this disc goes a little alt-right. This is my A5. I had an A5 from the Preserve. I loved it so much. But then it was the most warped disc I've ever had in my life. And so I like to throw this, and it's a nice hyzer up for my little flick forehand. I'm an exclusive forehand player. The Cax is a mid-range flip to flat.
And it's supposed to be an overstable disc.
That's not at
It's
all.
6403, and it's your hyzer flip disc.
Yeah, it's great in that slot for me. Here I got my Destroyer. It's probably the disc I can throw the furthest. And it's the Kelvin Heimberg. Vinny, get one this year, dude. Come on. This is the single disc that I throw backhand. It's my Iron.
I don't know why you do that one backhand.
And I won it with tournament winnings from the Winter Showdown or
The
whatever.
Faye Clark Memorial.
Yeah, the snowy one. This is my pink Firebird. I throw it if I want to not lose my disc. Or if I also don't care if I lose my disc. So that's the...
For those who watched the Legion video when he lost two Firebirds.
I lost two Firebirds, and that's why I have a brand new Firebird in my bag. I like this one a lot. It's got like the...
Let me see the disc.
Nate Sexton Firebird glow plastic. Impossible to lose because it's glow in the dark.
And it's always returned when you do lose it.
Most of the time.
I've never gotten one returned.
I've lost a lot of Nate Sexton Firebirds, and they've all returned to me except for the last two. But I lost two in one round, and that made me think maybe I should have more in my bag. So I bag 3 Nate Sexton Firebirds because I have never lost 3 in one round.
Only 2.
Only 2. So that guarantees a Nate Sexton Firebird. And then I got this is my Wraith. Or no, I'm sorry, this is a Trespass. I have this is my Wraith. I get them mixed up because this has such a fun design.
So this is a pretty unique stamp.
Yeah.
Why?
Jimmy Carter, dude. R.I.P. Jimmy Carter. I really took that loss hard. And so I thought...
Why?
Dude, it's Jimmy Carter. And so I thought, what better way to memorialize Jimmy Carter than on a Trespass? I got my Dark Horse Get Freaky Zone from Will. Thank you, Will.
A few of these discs
Many of these discs are from Will. But this guy, I forehand little. This one I found, and I like it. I don't know how to throw it. Every time I do, I throw it poorly.
And differently.
But it looks cool, so I keep throwing it. It looks like a jawbreaker. This is another Firebird that I it has slots. I don't know when they are, but every now and then I think I need that one, and I
It's
will
just a
throw
feeling.
it.
You feel
Yeah.
it in your loins.
Feel it in my loins. My time lapse. This is when I want to throw a destroyer, but I might lose it, and then I throw this because it's easy to see.
What was that?
This is my turn. I like this a lot. This is a flip to flat forehand, and so I have a lot of overstable discs. So Will gave me this turn as well, and so it really helps me when I need to have something understable. This is my Leopard 3. My beautiful wife got it for me for Christmas. And
When do you throw it?
Never. I don't want to lose it because it's leaf colored. It's camo leaf colored. So
It's so inconvenient.
but I love my wife, and yeah, this is the Owen Scoggins. Let me not dox myself on purpose. Owen Scoggins Tour Series.
Wow.
This is my astronaut.
You're doxing the shit out of yourself.
My astronaut. I throw it incredibly well on hole 9 at Shaver Park.
That's the only time.
And that is the only time, but it's got a huge like S curve for me. This is my Entropy. This is probably the disc I throw the most, other than the Firebird, and that's just a numbers thing. But I have one hell of an approach. It's beat to hell, so it's almost a flip to flat disc as well.
That is
now.
a flip to flat
And we'll
disc.
go into the sides. I have a Cedar Rapids Parks and Recs towel. A double stamped Discraft little guy. Marker. My Cedar Rapids bag tags. We need to go to the
We need to go get our.
store and get new ones.
Yeah.
This one got cracked. That sucks.
We've never competed for tags before.
It just says
We just
Queen
like
of-
them.
Yeah. Queen of the Court towel. One glove. Beaver Ranch disc golf course, one of the best in the world. It's super fun to do. A single arm sleeve that I'll wear sometimes. And that might be, I don't know what's in here actually. We'll learn together. And also bug spray. Got that DEET, dude. I hate mosquitoes, so I'll risk it. But yeah, that is my bag. Hello, Lionel.
All right. Hell yeah. And these bags are very subject to change. I could have a different bag tomorrow because I will lose discs.
Yeah, this is what I'm starting the 25 season in.